You're listening to the Infinite Bliss Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Robinson, the Gregarious Hermit. Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. So I am back in town. This is live right now, so we are doing this face to face. So I hope you enjoyed the recordings that I did. And sorry I couldn't be here in person, but I was actually away visiting relatives, and we had a wonderful time. We took some yoga classes and did some qigong as well with a local ladies group, which was absolutely wonderful. So I'll be sharing some of those insights and things that I learned while I was away. But for tonight, I just got back maybe 10 minutes ago, so I need to relax and just reset myself. Driving is stressful sometimes, so let's get rid of all of that stress from our body right now. And I'm going to teach you a slight variation of the simple breathing meditation that's my go-to meditation, but it is a little bit difficult sometimes to concentrate on just following your breath. You know, it's a little bit passive, so it's a little bit like watching paint dry sometimes. So the only modification that we're going to do to that is literally we're going to focus on our breath moving through our throat. And I want you to pay attention to this spot right here, your Adam's apple. And when you focus on your breath there, I want you to just restrict your throat ever so slightly. You don't want to clamp it up so tight that you're actually having a hard time breathing, but just restrict the airflow ever so slightly so that you can feel and possibly even hear the breath moving as you breathe in and breathe out. And it just gives you that extra little bit of something to focus on. So we're turning the meditation into kind of a passive mindfulness into more of an active mindfulness, which should allow you to focus on it. And I'll guide you through that as we get going. Let me just make sure you guys are all muted. I think you are. Okay, great. All right, so let's start as we always do. I want you to sit nice and comfortably. Give yourself a little wiggle in your chair. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor and that your hands are just resting gently in your lap. And then close your eyes. Now, starting with your feet, I want you to try to feel that contact with the floor. Allow your feet to relax and feel the arches just sinking into the carpet or the floor beneath your feet. And just see if you can feel that little tingle, that little transfer of energy between you and the ground. And then moving on up to your calf muscles. Let's relax those. Just let them hang down behind your knee. Feel that little bit of weight as gravity pulls the muscle downwards. And moving on up to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just allow those big muscles to relax. Let them sink into the seat cushion. Just see if you can feel that tingle as you release all the tension. Just allow them to expand. And moving on up to your lower back. Make sure that your pelvis is tipped forward nicely so that your back is nice and tall and straight. Feel that little string pulling you up from the top of your head. It just makes you want to float. Just takes the weight off your back. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Just feel any stress that you have just dissolving and just floating away on the breeze. Let your shoulders relax and your muscles in your back relax. Feel them expanding And as you relax your elbows, just feel that extra little bit of weight on your hands. Now make sure your throat is nice and relaxed to start with. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Just allow the breath to flow in and out effortlessly. Let your throat expand so there's no restriction there. Make sure you're not squinting or frowning. Just relax your face. Allow the muscles to soften. Now let's just take a few conscious breaths right now. Just very gentle. Breathe in. Let your lungs expand and fill with air. And then gently breathe out. Just feel that wave traveling through your body. That wave of relaxation. As you breathe in, you're filling yourself with oxygen. And as you breathe out, you're getting rid of all the toxins, getting rid of all the stress, all the drama. Just allow it to leave your body. You don't need it. You can just wave it goodbye. And just feel your body relaxing as you do that. So now your body should feel very gentle, very light. It should feel like you're floating. We need to give our mind a little anchor, something to concentrate on, something very small and very specific. I want you to just pay attention to that point right in your throat and just put a little bit of tension there, just so it restricts the airflow ever so slightly. And you want to do it to the point where you can just notice the air moving in your throat. So when you start to feel that little cool bite as the air travels in, but then also be able to feel that little cool bite as the air moves out as well. And if you're really paying attention, you should be able to hear a slight noise as well. I want you to just pay really close attention to that. And as you relax, you can slowly start to release that tension. But if any thoughts come into your head, what I want you to do immediately is just restrict that airflow again just a little bit, just to give you that focus point. And hopefully by the end of the meditation, you'll be able to relax and release all the tension, and your mind will have calmed down and gone to sleep. And you'll be able to experience that stillness and that bliss. So I want you to do this for 7 minutes. Just restrict your throat ever so slightly. Really focus on it. Just study it. Every breath is different. And then over time, just slowly relax so that it releases that tension. And then you can drift off into absolute peace and bliss. if you haven't already relaxed your throat, then just go ahead and do that now. Just release all the tension and breathe normally for a few moments. Just notice your lungs expanding as you breathe in. And then notice how gently you exhale. And notice that when you release that tension in your throat, it's actually quite difficult to notice the air leaving your body. So that's why if you ever sit down to meditate and you're struggling to concentrate, then just try that. Just restrict your throat ever so slightly so that you can feel the air moving more prominently. It's a little bit like a dartboard. If you aim for a very, very tiny target, aim right for that bullseye in the center, then you're more likely to hit it. But if you're just aiming for the whole board, then, it could go anywhere. So by restricting your throat, you give yourself a little tiny target to focus on, and it actually makes it a lot easier. So now just take one last breath, make it a nice deep breath in, and then just exhale gently through your mouth. Just let all of that stress go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come on back. All right, so that worked for me. That was good. I'm nice and relaxed now after my drive. And, you're always looking at your clock. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. I'm not going to make it in time. And, so there is that stress there. But once you learn to just let that go, and of course, I'm dramatizing my own life a little bit. I don't get stressed, as you probably realize. But, that is just our natural instinct is to worry about that. I should have arrived here really frantic and stressed out, but, it doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't help me drive. It doesn't help me get through traffic. It doesn't stop people cutting me off. So I may as well just relax the whole drive home. And that way I can arrive here and give you guys a really good meditation as well. So I do have a few moments to stick around this evening. So if you have any questions, if you want to just stick on the call, and I'll be right back in a few seconds.